Hi, I'm J.P. Vine. I'm the director and writer of Cardboard, and this is how we got it from script to screen, working through story, art, and CG to get to the final look. So the look of Cardboard was really inspired by the desert world of Joshua Tree in Nevada when I was on a road trip, and I loved the kind of abstract beauty of the desert. But we really wanted it to look also handmade, kind of naive, and have this feeling of children's literature and children's imagination. And this is how we got there with our VFX suit, Andy Baggarley.
We really wanted to make this look like it had been completely made by hand. So when we decided to develop the trailer, which was one of the first things we did at Locksmith, we had some very, very characterful sketches from J.P. We were really looking for how to get real texture and kind of grit into all the paintings to give it the real tangibility of a real watercolor painting.
The look was intentionally very handmade. We wanted to use watercolor textures. I wanted all the surfacing to feel hand-drawn, and all of that is to reflect the way kids see the world, that there's a real kind of imaginative, playful, and textural look to our world.
And it was really fun to go through it with J.P. because the ideas kept changing all the time. Do we add ink blots? You know, how much do we make the paint bleed? How thick do we want the lines? How thin? And J.P. had this throughout. It was meant to be a sketch. It's like if you just sat down and started sketching this out, how would it look? What would the brush strokes be like? And it was very freehand. It was not to look like we thought about it too much, which was very unique for anything I've worked on, where things are normally very produced and it can take away a little bit of that creative freedom, which this project was just all about the creative freedom.
We also wanted a feeling, a kind of a naive and childlike feeling to the textures, even to the point of getting children to draw galaxies for us in a kindergarten class.
My, at the time, 4-year-old son, we had his nursery class draw universes for us. That was an activity for an hour, was everyone got their crayons out. What do you think a universe or a galaxy would look like? And they would scroll away, and then I took all those images and I went through them with J.P. and we picked out some of our favorites and used those in the matte painting. The scariest moment on the short was probably when we started doing it. And you're looking at all of these incredible storyboards, and it didn't change from the original storyboards to what we see in the final, and there was so much heart in it. And so the thought of taking this on and trying to match the image that J.P. had in his head was very daunting, but it was just such a collaborative process. Once we got over that initial hump of, my God, how are we going to make this? It was so much fun.
When it came to the storyboarding, I just tend to keep things pretty loose and focus on eyes and acting and comedy. But one of the real pleasures of boarding this short was on the intercutting between the world of Dad and the space world of the kids. The other thing that was a ton of fun was exploring the kind of cinematic aspects of the desert and the kind of space landscape. So I just wanted to kind of celebrate how big and how exciting a game can be in a kid's eyes. And of course, editorial plays a massive role in crafting a story, squeezing the most out of every beat, but we never give the editor the screen time they deserve, so I'd like to give our editor the final words.
Hi, I'm Conor and I am the editor.